Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. Today I'll be discussing the best teams in the NFL and how the standings are going to look like at the end of the NFL season in 2021. So let's get to it. In the NFC West, we have the San Francisco 49ers at the top. They are the reigning NFC Championship champions. They're 12 and 4. I'm predicting they're going to go 12 and 4 this season. Last year they went 13 and 3. I don't see Super Bowl hangover affecting them too much. The Seattle Seahawks, this is an interesting one. Some would say that they might go 10 and 6 or maybe even 11 and 5, but I would think they would go 9 and 7 this year. I think the whole team except Russell Wilson is not really developing that much, and there are many players on this team that are on the decline. They really got to start signing more pieces to help out Russell Wilson. On the Los Angeles Rams, this year they weren't really good, and I don't expect them to be any better next year in the 2020 to 2021 season. I think they're going to go 7 and 9 and decline. And the Arizona Cardinals, the rising star of the NFC West, I think they're going to go 7 and 9. They went 5, 10 and 1 last year, and I'm expecting them to go 7 and 9 this year. I think Kyler Murray will improve, and the drafting of Isaiah Simmons on defense will help them a lot. Okay, let's go to the NFC North. The Green Bay Packers, I think they're going to go 11 and 5. They went 13 and 3 last year, but a lot of those games, some would say they didn't really deserve to win. They blew leads quite often, and they were lucky to come back some games. Even against some teams they should have really blown out. So I'm expecting them to go 11 and 5 this year. We're probably going to see a small Aaron Rodgers decline in stats, and the Green Bay Packers aren't really helping him out in getting pieces. The Minnesota Vikings, I think they're going to go 9 and 7 this year. They have a tough schedule. They're a good team. They made the wild card last year and were able to knock off the Saints. It's a really, really good feat, since I think the Saints are one of the best teams in the NFC. So 9 and 7. The Chicago Bears, I think they're gonna barely miss the playoffs at 8 and 8. The Chicago Bears have an all-around good team. Their offense is okay. Their defense is pretty good. And the Detroit Lions, finally, Matthew Stafford, I think he's going to develop a bit, but I don't think it's enough to put them over the top in the playoffs. I think they're going to go 4 and 12 again this year, but I think there's still room for improvement on the Detroit Lions. Let's go to the Dallas Cowboys. I think they're going to go 10 and 6. The Philadelphia Eagles, 9 and 7. The New York Giants, 4 and 12. And the Washington Redskins, 3 and 13. The only difference here that's a little bit big of a change is that the Dallas Cowboys are 10 and 6 instead of 8 and 8. And last year, we all have to admit they have a pretty good team, but last year they really did not do well. And I'm not sure what was wrong. I think this year they're going to have a rebounding season, especially with the drafting of CD Lamb, which I think was a really, really good pick. The Washington Redskins, they have a good defensive line. They drafted Chase Young this year. I still do think they're going to go 3 and 13. They really need improvement on their offense. The NFC South. First, the Saints. I think the Saints are going to go 12 and 4. They went 13 and 3 last year. I think they're going to be still a really, really good team. They were able to sign Emmanuel Sanders in the offseason, which is a really, really good wide receiver. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they signed Tom Brady, and whichever team signs one of the greatest players of all time as their quarterback, they're usually become one of the best teams. So it's no surprise that I expect the Buccaneers to go 11-5 this season, second in the NFC South and one of the playoff teams. For the Atlanta Falcons, I think they're gonna go 7-9, and the Carolina Panthers, I think they're gonna go 5-11. So Falcons and Panthers, I think they're gonna go the same, and the Buccaneers are gonna win a couple more games because of their upgrading quarterback position. So let's look at the NFC playoff standings. The San Francisco 49ers are, in my opinion, gonna be the first seed, because I think they're gonna knock off the New Orleans Saints in their head-to-head matchup against them, therefore winning the tiebreaker. The Saints are gonna be the second seed, also 12-4. The Green Bay Packers, Bucks are both going to be 11-5, in my opinion. And the Dallas Cowboys are going to be 10-6. And at 6-7, we have the Seahawks and Vikings, 9-7, both. Then let's go to the AFC. We'll start off with the AFC West. The Kansas City Chiefs. I think they're going to go 12-4, like last year. Some might argue that Patrick Mahomes was injured last year, and they could have won more games had he not been injured. But their schedule is pretty tough, and I do think you're gonna lose some games in this season. So I think they're gonna go 12-4. The Denver Broncos, I think they're gonna go 9-7. They're one of the rising teams in the AFC. Drew Lock is he's improving. He's improving week by week. We saw that in the 2019-2020 season. Their defense is also pretty good. The Las Vegas Raiders, I think they're gonna go 7-9. Because I think Josh Jacobs is gonna improve this season. He's gonna become one of the best running backs in the league. A great pick. But Derek Carr is on the decline, so it evens out. The Los Angeles Chargers, I think they're gonna go 6-10. Losing Rivers will take some time to get used to, but I think they can still win 6 games. They're a pretty elite team with Austin Eckler. Let's look at the AFC North. The Baltimore Ravens, I think they're gonna go 12-4. The Pittsburgh Steelers, I think they're gonna go 10-6. Both teams making the playoffs. I have the Pittsburgh Steelers going 10-6 because last year they went 9-7 without Big Ben. And when Big Ben returns this year, I think they're going to go 10-6. He's going to make the playoffs. The Cleveland Browns, I think they're going to go 9-7. Another great team. They have a lot of young players. And last year, they didn't really do well. I think this year they're going to develop more and become a better team. And the Cincinnati Bengals, I think they're going to win a couple more games. 4-12. They're not going to be the worst team in the league this year. I think Joe Burrow's going to help out winning a couple more games, but Joe Burrow's not going to be like the best QB in the NFL in his first season. He's going to take some time to develop, so we'll see how his development goes. Let's go to the AFC East. The Buffalo Bills, I have projected winning the AFC East at 11-5. They've been a playoff team, so no surprise that they're gonna win the AFC East, in my opinion. The New England Patriots, I think they're gonna go 7-9. Usually, this would have been much different. They would have had a higher They would have had a higher win-to-loss ratio. But this year, not so much with the departure of Tom Brady. The New York Jets, I think they're going to go 6-10, and the Miami Dolphins are going to go 6-10. AFC East, this is a very interesting division. Tennessee Titans, a team that surprised everyone. They were able to be the best team in the league based on record, the Baltimore Ravens, in the second round, in the divisional round, and in the wild card round, they beat the New England Patriots, and they lost the Chiefs in the AFC Championship, but it was still a really good run by them. So that's why I think they're gonna go 10-6. Houston Texans. I think they're gonna go 9-7, a playoff team again this year. Indianapolis Colts. I think they're gonna go 7-9, same as last year. And the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think they're gonna go 2-14. The team really needs to get more pieces to become a playoff contender. So let's look at the AFC playoff standings. I think the Chiefs are going to be the best team in the AFC because they're going to win the tiebreaker against the Baltimore Ravens for first seed. The Baltimore Ravens are going to be the second seed at 12-4. Then the Buffalo Bills at 11-5. Then fourth and fifth, Titans and Steelers, both at 10-6, and Texans and Broncos at 6-7, and they both go 9-7 with the record. So that's it for my video. I hope you enjoy, and please leave a like. Bye bye. Peace out.